So in parliamentary systems, the executive is responsible to the elected legislature. Executive is responsible to the elected legislature or the parliament, right? In Indian case, the union government, I mean the executive branch is, or the council of ministers, they're responsible to the Lok Sabha in a bicameral system, which means there are two houses like Lok Sabha, that is the house of the people, and the Rajya Sabha, that is the council of the states. So in India's case, the council of ministers headed by the prime minister, they are actually responsible to the Lok Sabha or the elected legislature. Okay. In order to continue the rule, they must attain the confidence of the Lok Sabha. That is, they must have a clear majority in the Lok Sabha. The party in power must have a clear majority. That is, they must maintain the confidence of the legislature or one part of it in case of bicameral. If the parliament has two houses, you call them bicameral legislature. So in such cases, they must attain the confidence of one part of the bicameral legislature. In certain circumstances, varying by state, the legislature can express its lack of confidence in the executive, okay, which causes either a change in governing party or a group of parties, that is the coalition, or a general election, right? So if they do not have the confidence of the legislature, if the executive branch does not have the confidence of the legislature, there will be a change in the political party, governing political party, or a group of parties, or the coalition, ruling coalition, or if there are no party that have a clear majority, okay, if there are no parties, there are no political parties that have a clear majority, then the election commission will declare the general election to choose the next party to rule the country, right, to rule the state. So parliamentary systems have a head of government who leads the executive, often called ministers. The head of the ministers is the prime minister, normally distinct from the head of the state. So head of the state, it will be the president. Head of the state will be the president. Head of the government will be the prime minister. In the Westminster type of parliamentary system, that is the British system, the principle of separation of powers is not as entrenched as in some others. The principle of separation of powers is not as entrenched, not like Indian system. There are certain differences. Members of the executive, that is the ministers, are also members of the legislature and hence play an important part in both the writing and enforcing of law. In certain cases, they have the judicial powers too. In the British case, right, they have certain judicial powers too. So in India, there is a clear distinction between the separation of powers. So in this context, the executive consists of a leader. So you can see the head of state. Because India is a republic, the head of the state will be an elected personality. Elected in the sense that he or she will be indirectly elected, not directly elected by the people. It will be, the position is framed in such a way that the person who will become the president of India will be indirectly elected by the representatives of the people, okay, like MPs member of parliaments and members of the legislative assemblies. So head of state will be the monarch. In British case it will be the queen or the king. The president in Indian case, or the supreme leader in case of countries like Iran. The chief public representative and living symbol of national unity. He will be the symbol of the national unity. Okay. Head of government will be the prime minister, overseeing the administration of all affairs of the state, including enforcing of law, the developmental aspects and all governance related matters, including foreign affairs. So there will be a defense minister overseeing the armed forces, determining military policy and managing external safety. An interior minister, that is the home minister, overseeing the police forces. In Indian case, the police force or the law and order is state subject. So the central government will be handling the paramilitary forces. I mean the interior ministry or the home ministry will be handling paramilitary forces like CRPF, CISF, Border Security Force, SSB, Sashastra Seema Bal, all those paramilitary forces, NSG, as well as National Investigations Agency, spy agencies like Research and Analysis Wing, RO, and Intelligence Bureau, etc., etc. Okay. So enforcing the law, overseeing the police forces, enforcing the law, and managing internal control. Okay. The Home Ministry will be the cadre controlling authority of Indian Police Service. Foreign Minister who will be overseeing the diplomatic service, determining foreign policy and managing foreign relations. Foreign Ministry will be the cadre controlling authority of the Indian Foreign Service officers. Finance Minister overseeing the treasury, determining fiscal policy and managing national budget. To give you an example, Indian Civil Account Service, the cadre controlling authority of Indian Civil Account Service is the Finance Ministry, that is the Department of Expenditure. And Justice Minister overseeing criminal prosecutions, or the Law Minister will be overseeing, he or she will be overseeing criminal prosecutions, corrections, enforcement of court orders, etc., etc. Okay, I hope now it's clear for you, executive part of the government.